What's up, guys? So today's video actually happened while I was recording for the best build. So I'm doing a best build guide for my 15,000 subscriber special, for those of you not aware. And I'm recording background gameplay for every single Pokemon to show it kind of in the background while I'm talking about the build. And so I was playing Espeon and I got a really good Espeon game. I did like 150k damage, something like that. So I was like, might as well show it. And I actually think this works out because seeing it from my point of view where I'm aiming the abilities is really beneficial for Pokemon like Espeon with skill shots. So here's my build. I think this is like a must-run build. Like you cannot really go like a different item than these three. And the battle item I think is a must because you can actually eject during your Unite move, so that's really good. We're just going to combo with our Clefable there to secure it. We're against a Mewtwo Y lane with the support, so very cringe at the start. They're trying to A-press us, but you can see I'm just targeting the Eldegoss because I know I can kill him, and we are already level 4. So now we want to go contest their side, obviously, because we can farm that on the way, but just want to deny their side. So they get the top right, which is not a big deal. The bottom left or the bottom right one is what gives the most EXP. So just saving my secure for that. And Psyshock is such a good secure at level 4. And if you notice a running theme with my guides, I actually cover what Pokemon I think are decent into Mewtwo, because Espeon can win lane pretty well, which is good in this Mewtwo meta. And I think if you are good at hitting or stun, it's actually pretty good into Mewtwo to stun. I saved my Brawl for the last hit on that big bee. So at the Altaria birds, I call them bees, by the way, because that's what they were on the last map. It is always important to save one of your secures for the big. I see a lot of people just spam their abilities and then the other team just gets the big Altaria for free. And that is bad. You want to save at least one of your abilities. Use your other ability to do the smalls. Honestly, like, on a lot of Pokemon, you shouldn't even use your abilities to rip the bees, like, at full health. Just auto-attack them, and then you can use both your abilities to secure, right? Just flash there so I don't take too much damage, and I can run to mid Altarias for free. But yeah, I see a lot of people make that mistake where they use all their abilities just to hit the farm, and then the other team just comes and secures the farm. So that is definitely a very bad idea, and try to avoid doing that. And again, they're just trying to A-press us on our pad, Mewtwo brain, I guess. Very, very interesting. I am pretty high elo masters here, so I think randoms are just very interesting this season. The Garchomp does run bot, which is interesting, but we're just going to stun both of them, hit my Psy Beam on them. And this is not the best like Espeon moveset. Like I think it depends on the enemy team comp that you're facing. So this game is a pretty good Psyshock game, but some games you're gonna want to go stored power. I personally prefer Psybeam always over Future Sight. The only time I go Future Sight is against a Dodrio. And so here to guarantee secure, I'm just gonna Unite move and zone them out. And we're just going to get the Reggie for free, 100% guaranteed, by using my Unite move there, which I can just farm it back to use topside. So it's not a big deal that I use that. My Gardevoir is going to grief here, dumbass randoms. But I'm actually going to eject here because I think I can score. So using the eject for a 40 score is definitely very worth. But anyways, back to what I was about to say. I only use Future Sight against Dodrio because it actually slows. So it's actually really good into Dodrio, but that's the only matchup that I prefer Future Sight into. And so I'm just going to farm the bees, and you see I already have Unite move back, and I'm going to pressure this tier 2 push. We're going to try to break this pad, I think. Yep. So we're pushing tier 2, and this is really good because I covered this in some of my previous videos, but pushing like this, I'm already almost level 11. I hit the stun on the Lapras, so you can see I just had it kind of like pre-aimed. And the reason this is so good, like doing this immediately, is because we're so high level, the enemy team has no Unite moves to stop us. So that tier 2 push is really hard for them to stop. Honestly, the Eldegoss and Mewtwo had the right idea. They just went on the other side of the map. although they're really struggling to kill this Buzzwole here. And we're just gonna come kill this Mewtwo. And we are doing really well. So the one thing to keep in mind in this game state is that the enemy team, if they're farming, is gonna get a lot more EXP than you. So what do you want to do? You want to like kind of bait them into perma fighting you, because if they're fighting you, then they're not farming their Indeedees on the other side of the map. If they farm consistently those Indeedees on their side of the map, they're going to be higher level than you by the end of the game, no matter how hard you won the early game. So it's very important to kind of like play on their side, bait them into fighting you whenever possible. So here's the one exception where the bottom objective is going to spawn, so we kind of just have to prepare for that. And I know during this time they're kind of going to show up as 5 to this bottom objective probably, so I can just farm the jungle and it'll be fine. So Mewtwo does unite there. And something very important to do in this meta as well that I see a lot of people make the mistake of not doing is don't stand on top of your farm. Because when you know the Mewtwo has unite, don't stand on top of your farm. He's gonna Mewtwo unite and steal like your blue buff or something. It's happened to me way too many times where I'm just like, you have to stand away from your farm so the Mewtwo unite doesn't risk stealing it, right? Because I've lost way too much farm to Mewtwo. I had to adjust my gameplay accordingly. Even if you farm a little slower, the precaution is better. Unless you just saw the Mewtwo unite, then you don't have to. Really good mean look by the Umbreon here on the Garchomp. And the reason we're just pressuring pad, you saw me unite there, is because we saw 2 top. So because we saw 2 top, we know that this is going to be free because we're so strong. We're going to be able to win the 4v3 versus them. And I do grief the score against the Gardevoir there as payback for when she griefed it against me. I don't recommend doing that in your own games, but the Gardevoir did do that to me earlier. So we're just going to get a little revenge. And we got like tons of scores in there, so it's definitely worth for this top zone that they got, because we also get farm off them breaking the top zone, so that point trade is very, very worth for us because of that. And at 310, it's my last time to unite, so I might as well use it, and I'm gonna get my unite move back anyways because I want to farm for level 14. So I definitely recommend just looking to use your unite move on timers in solo queue. In competitive, it's a little more risky, but in solo queue, generally, it's not that bad. And we're going to have a huge fight breakout here. And I'm pretty sure the enemy team blows unites. So my entire team dies, which is very bad. So here, I'm just going to play safe. Yep, Tyranitar united. I'm pretty sure that Eldegoss united. And I flashed just to be safe there because I kind of want to preserve my health a little here, and the Tyranitar does step up too far, and I'm going to be able to get an easy kill. And the enemy team is probably going to go rip this Regice, but it's a Regice, so it's not a big deal. And we didn't see the Mewtwo-Y until just now, and a Mewtwo-Y can really rip the Rayquaza really fast, so that's why I'm positioning mid instead, because I'm afraid of them killing the Rayquaza like really fast while my teammates are dead. And I know we're so strong that we can win this fight even if they get a Regice. If it was a Registeel buff, it would be a little different. You kind of want to contest a Registeel. So you saw I looked at what buff it was when it first spawned. And we're going to have a huge fight here where I was just destroying them, playing safe. And I'm trying to poke the Mewtwo-Y here. I do think I got a good side beam on him. So he's pretty poked out. And so because of that, I'm going to start the Rayquaza, hoping my teammates come and start hitting it too, and they do, which is good. And here I'm just gonna save my secure. Psybeam does do more damage than Psyshock, but Psyshock is much easier to time. So I definitely recommend doing Psyshock as your secure, especially if you're just learning Espeon, because Psyshock is just a much easier secure. So they are gonna chase me here, and I'm not gonna be able to score. My Clef does come save me a little, which is good. And I'm hitting massive combos on them, getting them really low. And I know I'm going to die to Mewtwo-Y here. I can't get out, so I just try to kill the Garchomp there. But yeah, anyways, so Psybeam, Psyshock is actually going to be your best like combo secure, in my opinion. Because it comes out faster than Psyshock, Psybeam. But Psybeam can also get blocked. It's harder to time, so Psyshock in general is just going to be a better secure. Unless there's someone that's really good at securing on the enemy team, which there wasn't. So in this case, just use Psyshock always because their secure is much worse than yours, so you can get away with it. If they had like a Zacian Unite move, then it's a little bit of a different story. But hope you guys enjoyed. The best tech to use on Espeon again is that Unite move with the eject. While you're Unite moving, you can kind of eject to reposition. You saw me do that a couple times throughout the game. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hopefully the next video will be the guide. I'm working really hard on it. So it should come very soon, and I'll see you guys in the next video.